Welcome and welcome back to the channel, guys. Y'all see that, ladies and gentlemen? This is a Jeep Grand Cherokee, okay, 2012 model, and look what size engine in here. 5.7 V8 Hemi, guys. Yes, love this engine. Yes, there's a few problems, but overall this is a fantastic engine. Okay, now what I want to talk about, guys, this particular Jeep, we have a problem. We have a part problem with this car. Okay, I'm stuck in a dilemma. I'm not sure how to explain this to the customer. I know what I need to do and I know what needs to be done. It's just I'm unable to do it. So I'm stuck between trying to make right by the customer or wait until a part is available. What I'm talking about, guys, is now y'all know the history on the TIPM, right? There were some problems with the TIPM. First of all, the TIPM has the fuel pump circuitry built into it. Okay, the fuel pump relay. All right, our OEM TIPM will have the fuel pump relay built inside the circuitry, so there's no physical relay like such. All right, now that was a bad idea. That turned out to be a bad idea, in my opinion, guys. When I speak about this stuff, I'm giving my own personal opinion. I think this TIPM has enough work to do. It did not need the extra responsibility of turning on and off the fuel pump relay. You know, getting that command, turning it on, turning it off. It's just overwhelming this poor little TIPM, guys. So FCA figured out also that turned out to be a bad idea. So what they did to make good on it, guys, they issued recalls on several model Jeeps. I like to say 2011 through the early built 2013 Jeep Grand Cherokee and some of the Durangos, guys. I'll have to pull it up, but this recall, I want to say R09. All right, R09 is a recall that Jeeps will get performed in the event. Now the problem, guys, harsh starts, in some cases no starts. Well, it would start, spin over, it just wouldn't, it would crank, but it would not start. You would have symptoms of lack of fuel pressure. Okay, it will feel like you're out of gas, and in some extreme cases, guys, you will have repeated dead batteries. Okay, because the internal circuitry of the relay will stay on and the fuel pump will just run overnight. When you come out in the morning, your car is dead. All right, so what Chrysler decided to do for pretty much everybody that's affected, except for the minivan owners. Now, the same TIPM is used in the minivan, but it did not get the recall. All right, so what we was told to do, or what the dealerships were told to do, is install an external relay. And as you can see, this car has it. All right, here's the external relay. We have to wire the circuitry up. We have to remove the TIPM and wire in new circuitry that will take the responsibility away from the TIPM and give it back to the operation of the fuel pump relay. Okay, which is this right here. This is the external relay. Okay, we're not gonna stab it inside the TIPM itself because the space on the TIPM is already taken. All right, so we install an external relay. Now, the problem I'm having, guys, well, I'm going to take a quick break. When I come back, we're going to discuss the issue I'm having with this car now. Stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. I will be right back. All right, guys, I'm back. Thanks for staying with me. Thanks for staying tuned. Okay, guys, here's the problem. This car is in for hesitation, long crank time. Sometime it won't start. The exact same symptom as what the recall was supposed to repair. All right, here's where we at. Chrysler and FCA is aware of that. Okay, they are aware of that. A lot of the cars that had the recall done essentially got a hold to, you guessed it, man, it's a vendor issue, bad relays. Okay, now the relays, supposedly what I'm hearing is when the relay get hot, silicone on the relays are leaking into the tabs. Okay, and it's causing open circuits. Open circuitry, the signal is not there to operate the relay, so some customers are having the exact same symptom. All right, this, my friend, is a vendor issue. Okay, it has nothing to do, well, it do in a sense because they chose this vendor to supply the parts. So in essence, they can take some responsibility for that mishap. All right, so now here's my dilemma. I am stuck, guys. This car is having this problem. Hesitation, hard start. Sometimes it won't start. All right. I'm aware of what the problem is. I have checked fuel pressure. At times, I have no fuel pressure because the fuel pump is not running. Now, guys, mechanics, that do not mean your fuel pump is bad. Okay, a fuel pump has to have 12-volt source and a ground source to operate. Any electrical motor has to have such. All right, if you don't have that, that fuel pump will not run. So it doesn't matter if you replace the fuel pump. It's still relying on a 12-volt supply and a ground to operate. Okay, it is an electrical motor, guys. Do not just replace the fuel pump for this problem. All right, now knowing that, you should focus on trying to figure out where you losing 12 volts and ground to supply that fuel pump. In this case, we're losing the 12 volts that actually comes from the relay, guys. You all know how a typical ISO relay work, right? Pin 30 usually power supply from a fuse. All right. Pin 86 typically goes to the coil, and pin 85 the other end of the coil. All right. Depending on the car will dictate if those pins are ground or power supply. Now, but the goal is to send power to pin 87, which 87 leads directly straight to the fuel pump. All right, so guys, what our problem is this relay. Yes, Chrysler is aware there's a recall on the relay that was installed during V09 recall. So we are recalling a recall. Does that make sense? Now, we will not have to go back in and wire in circuitry. Okay, we merely have to replace this relay. The only problem is there's no parts yet. No parts available. So I will have to come up with a plan B on how to at least explain this to my customer. Ma'am, you're going to have this problem, but I have to, the recall is not available yet. The relays are not available yet. So now, guys, this is a typical ISO relay. So quite frankly, you can buy a typical ISO relay. In fact, this is a typical ISO relay. This will likely work. If you having extreme cases and you really can't sit back and wait on parts to get here, I'd say stick a typical ISO relay into that slot. All right, just temporary. It's for the time being until the recall parts are available, guys. So that is my dilemma. That's why I'm stuck. And again, guys, this recall was done on the Durango and the Grand Cherokee and several other models. Okay, but we are now waiting on recall V62, which will entail a new updated recall relay, typical ISO relay. That's what we're waiting on to satisfy these customers that's having this problem. So, guys, all I can do is wait. All right, all I can do is wait. Like I say, if it becomes extreme, I will install a brand new typical ISO relay and wait on the factory recall relay to get here. Okay, this is a recall. Recalls are safety issues. This, my friend, is a safety issue. If your car's stalling in the middle of driving, yes, it could result in a safety hazard. All right, so that's all I have, guys. I wanted to clarify that with you guys. If your recall done and you having hesitation problems and you have checked and diagnosed everything, you likely have another recall in the form of V62 on the way. You will get notifications and you will get notice to bring it in so the dealership can install it. Okay, guys, that's all I have. All I can do is wait. I will explain to the customer and see the next step we should take. That's all I have, guys. Thanks for watching. Comment and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next video.